I've had a lot of people say, well, why bother? Omicron is everywhere and I might as well just get infected now. That's a very dangerous question, and it's one worth answering. The reason we don't want this virus to circulate is, number one, your chance of developing severe disease is real. If you have underlying conditions, are of an older age, if you've not received a vaccination, you could die. And that's what we want to prevent, and we can prevent that. But you can also pass the virus to somebody else who is more vulnerable. There are so many unknowns about this, about an acute infection as well as long-term effects. Even though we do have some information that Omicron causes less severe disease than Delta, it's not a mild disease. As Omicron spreads and as Omicron infects people who have underlying conditions, who are of an older age, and certainly who are not vaccinated, those three groups of individuals have a higher risk of developing severe disease. And what we are seeing is hospitalizations are increasing. Please, treat this virus as seriously as it needs to be treated. It's not to scare anybody, but the narrative that it's the common cold is not true. The narrative that it is just mild is not true. But I think one of the things we need to understand, and this isn't anything new, is that we do have challenges with case detection and reporting. And this has to do with access to tests. We don't have adequate access to life-saving tools such as diagnostic tests around the world, but it also doesn't take into account challenges in surveillance around the world, as well as people who are self-testing at home, and those don't get registered. So we know that the 15 million is an underestimate. You are much better protected against developing severe disease, needing hospitalization, or dying if you are vaccinated. So get vaccinated when it's your turn. All of us need to be advocating for vaccine equity around the world. It's not just about you. and you having access to the vaccine, and even just your loved ones. But we have an entire global population. I was looking at the data today, and it's something like more than 3 billion people around the world have not had access to their first or second dose. This is a global problem needing a global solution. And vaccination is a right. People should have access to this, and particularly those who are most vulnerable, because we are in this together, whether we like it or not. We will not end this pandemic in one country at the expense of others.